Creatures of the night. If you don't want to see a bitch cry, maybe this might not be for you. This pay-per-view, I don't know how AEW is going to top this. I just don't know. This was an emotional roller coaster. I don't even know where to begin. I'm still speechless. Like, after watching the pay-per-view, I needed a moment so I can compose myself, because I'm just like, holy shit, what do you even say after seeing something like that? This pay-per-view, definitely, I will say, better than All In. Absolutely better than All In, I felt. All the matches, I didn't have an issue with any of these matches, to be completely honest with you. Even the pre-show they gave was a little something, but the pre-show wasn't bad. They added, last night they only said one match, and then they ended up adding 3 other matches on. So all that is on YouTube. Y'all can go check it out or whatever. But let's talk about the main card. We started off with MJF opening another pay-per-view again, this time against Daniel Garcia. I'm gonna say I enjoyed this, but I felt like something about this was like half of the match is Daniel Garcia and MJF each holding their necks. They seem to be, I don't know, hurting even prior. The way MJF walked to the ring, I was just like, are you okay? Like, he just, something about it just did not give that typical MJF that we normally get, just him walking out to the ring. So I hope, everybody, let me just say this before I even get into it. Whatever the nearest hospital is, they gotta be full. They have to have a whole wing of just AEW wrestlers. This is crazy. We get a really great match out of them. And for me, and I kept saying that Daniel Garcia need this win. We know how capable MJF is. He's already been at the tippy top of the promotion. But it would be great to see Daniel Garcia take a win on MJF. They give us a lot. They give us a lot to take in. For the first match, it was like, blood. Daniel Garcia was busted open from where he got hit with that glass the other day. And the drama, I think the story really, really got a chance to play out throughout this match. So anybody who's complaining about AEW don't give you stories, well, here it was. All the stories here tonight, absolutely insane. Our scumbag ends up taking the win. And interesting enough, despite him taking the win, it was Daniel Garcia who ended up standing tall after this. He was really upset. Very upset. Oh, let me say this about this match. This match was fucking gross in terms of spit, blood, mucus coming out of nose and all that stuff. Man, this was all over the place. Bodily fluids everywhere. Insane. But Daniel Garcia was the one who was standing tall at the end of all this. Anyway, I don't know if things are over between the two of them, but he got a chance to beat up on MJF after the match, and then runs out through the crowd, and he stands on the barricade, and everybody's cheering for Danny, or whatever. I was happy that despite him losing, I think he still looks strong in this match, and even stronger at the end of the match. Is things over between the two of them? I don't know. After this, we had the AEW tag titles on the line. The Young Bucks went against Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. I'm going to get to that in a second. This also was not a bad match. This is the match I was least looking forward to, because obviously, I think it was obvious to everyone that the tag titles are not going anywhere. Let me put this tissue down, Lord. The tag titles, obviously, we knew was not going to go anywhere, but we still had a really great match with both of these teams. I felt like this was an opportunity for the company to use another team. So for me, it felt a little hard to get into, but still great to watch. The Young Bucks end up retaining. It's not that I wanted them to retain. It's just that we had to choose between what is it that we didn't want to happen, which is for the titles to go to another team that already had titles. So still a great match, but I don't know. This, for me, not necessarily what I was looking forward to going into this. Now, this match right here, the international match, Pac versus William Ospreay, Lord. Contender for sure for one of the best matches so far this year that I've seen. And maybe other people who've seen this match might even agree. Absolutely wild, absolutely insane. Oh my God, the way that, man, this was a very intense match. It felt like Pac really had a chance. I know a lot of people go into this and they're like, well, Pac just won the trios title. I doubt that he'll get his hands on the international title. But Lord have mercy, they give us everything they had to give. And still, people were complaining, oh, I don't want to see all this flippy shit. And Ospreay's not selling, whatever the situation is. I thought this match was damn near perfect, and I absolutely loved it. Pac, I felt like since he's been in the company, he hasn't gotten the best that he hasn't gotten is what I feel like he deserves in the company yet. But I feel like these past few matches, we've been really seeing Pac really be more into his element. And this right here, I think I will definitely say this is the best match that we have seen Pac in AEW. And holy shit, I absolutely love this. This was so amazing. William Ospreay, I keep saying I'm tired of seeing you, but Lord have mercy. Every time he gets in there, I've never seen a bad match with this guy, ever. Even prior to him being part of AEW, this guy, he's almost flawless in the ring. And I enjoy him. This definitely right here, one of the best matches for sure this year that I've seen. But William Ospreay ends up taking the win. For me, though, something about it where it was just like, the whole hidden blade thing. I get it, it's his thing, the whole video game thing that surrounds that or whatever. Sometimes I feel like he needs another finisher for certain people. For me, it just seems like it's not believable that Pac would just take a hidden blade and just fucking lose. But still, nonetheless, really, really great match. I cannot wait to see these two guys have another match in the future. I don't even know how they're going to top that, but this was so good. Now, after this, another amazing match. I wasn't really expecting too much out of it because I'm tired of the feud. Willow Nightingale and Statlander, Chicago street fight, absolutely fucking killed it. I'm telling y'all, this, if you thought about going to the bathroom during this, if you thought about just skipping this altogether, you missed out on something truly amazing. These girls are just wow, absolutely wow. There are men that are not willing to get in the ring to do what these girls are doing, and they absolutely freaking killed it. A street fight, they have all types of weapons and everything. One of my favorite spots in this match was Statlander and Willow on the stage, and she gives Statlander gives Willow a spear off the stage onto some tables that were out off the stage, and that was just a perfect spear. It was beautiful. Everything about that was just beautiful. Another one, I can't remember what Statlander was. She was on the top rope. The table was outside of the ring, and Willow was laying on it. Damn, I forgot what she was going for. Maybe a senton or something like that from the top rope. And Willow moved. Even though she moved and Statlander ended up eating up that whole table, Statlander was still able to give Willow a kick to the head. And even though it was an accident, it was still perfect. Oh my God, man. These girls, they tore it up. Even at some point with the thumbtacks in the ring, Statlander acted like she ends up doing a split on the thumbtacks. And I'm just like, girl, that coochie, I know it's not good. It's not looking pretty. These girls, they killed it. Absolutely killed it. This was perfect. This was perfect to me. In real talk, I thought Statlander actually needed the win. Based statistically, between the two girls, Willow have gotten more wins over Statlander. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, Statlander, she needs this. And she ends up taking the win. And I was kind of hoping, I said, y'all done went through everything together. Y'all might as well just hug it out after all this. Y'all got all the hate and everything y'all been feeling about each other out, especially in a match like this. Just hug it out. Hug it out. But they don't end up doing that. I'm not gonna lie. I hope the whole thing with these two girls are done. But if it is done, this match is a perfect way to put this whole shit to rest. Man, definitely one of my favorite matches from the women so far this year. It was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I hope these girls are doing okay. After this, we have the Continental Championship on the line. We have Okada, our champion, versus Orange Cassidy. Pastor Briscoe and Kenosha Takeshita. And I'm just going to say, all I wanted in this whole motherfucking thing was Takeshita and Okada. That's it. Orange Cassidy, can't stand him. Pastor Briscoe, we love you. But for real, the money maker would have been Okada versus Takeshita. But I'm going to talk about that in a second. This was a great match. Everybody brought in a lot of energy, especially after Will Ospreay and the Chicago Street Fight. There was just no way that they could not bring the energy into this match. There was 8 matches on this card. So if it's a shorter card compared, well, no, let me not say that. It's not a shorter card because they use the same amount of time like they normally do when they have too many matches, but just less matches. So still same amount of time. They brought that energy. They really did. And I thought everybody did great. But for me, the whole time, I'm just like, damn, if only Orange Cassidy and Pastor Briscoe could just not be here, then this would be perfect. There was a couple of times where I thought that either Orange Cassidy or Takeshita would have taken the title for real, because Okada in this 4-way match does not need to be pinned. Someone else can get pinned, and that person who pinned them will end up taking the win. So Okada would make sure he's on his P's and Q's and watching out for everybody. Now, we had that moment where it was, for a while, Pastor Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, they're helping each other out, and this is what I said. I don't want the conglomerations to be in this match because they're going to help each other. And they did that the first half of this match. And then after that, then they started a friendly little competition with the two of them or whatever. Nobody cares. But then we finally had just Takeshita, just Okada in the ring. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God, the ovaries are just activated. This is all I want. This is all a girl wants. It's just them two in the ring. And to be honest, they just had a little, striking elbow strikes, a couple of those, and nothing much between the two of them. And I was just like, oh, are we saving something between the two of them? I hope so. Long story short, Okada ends up taking the win here. But Takeshita was very close in that last minute. You can tell Takeshita was going for it. And then all of a sudden, Orange Cassidy and them just came in there. And not Takeshita, Okada ends up taking the win and retaining the title. However, Uncle Don comes over to go get Takeshita or whatever. Okada's already at the top of the stage, and the two of them are locking eyes with each other. Okada and Takeshita. Takeshita is saying something. I don't know what he's saying. Uncle Don is saying something. We don't know what he's saying because they don't have the microphone. But the two of them end up looking at each other. Tony Khan, I don't ask for much. Can you just give us sister? Tony Khan, please. Give us Takeshita and Okada. Wrestle Dream, please. That's the next pay-per-view. I think a lot of people would be definitely happy to see these two guys going at it. I do not care if they're feuding and they're just speaking in nothing but Japanese. I don't give a fuck. Give us this match. Give us a really great feud between the two of them. And if Takeshita would have got the title off of Okada, first of all, that match would just be insane. But if he would have got the title off of Okada, that would mean so fucking much. Who knows what would happen with that? This was a great match. But damn, I mean, oh God. Okada, he retains. I'm cool with it. Let's just move forward to having a feud with Takeshita. I hope that's where they're going with this. After this, we had the TBS title on the line, and also this was one of them that I wasn't looking forward to because we already had this match 2 weeks ago. And I have to say, while it was not bad, there were moments where I'm just like, is there a personal problem between the two of them? Something about it felt off, where it just felt like something was going on personally between the two of them. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. But there was times where I'm just like, you're not on the same page. And then also it felt like, this is a shoot here and there. I have no clue what was going on with that. However, I felt like it brought things down a notch in terms of everything else we had gotten prior to this. So the match was okay to me. I don't want to see these two in the ring anymore. We were moving on. Oh, I do want to say this though. Was it the pre-show? Sky Blues, she's from Chicago. She came out in her crutches or whatever. Mariah May came out there for no reason at all, doing all this talking about Chicago, talking about for the Windy City, nobody over here have ever been blown. And that, I'm not gonna lie, that got me. That was clever. She ends up attacking Sky Blue, and then Queen Aminata came out to help. So maybe Mariah May versus Queen Aminata for the title. Who knows? Something like that is gonna be happening. I'm sorry, TBS title match, not bad, but not as interesting as everything else that was going on the show. Now, let's talk about, Lord have mercy, Lord. Okay. AEW World Championship on the line. Bryan Danielson, Jackson Perry. Jackson Perry pulled up in the building with the scapegoat bus. He comes in there, and the Young Bucks end up escorting him to the ring. He had riot police and all that stuff. You know, the presentation was good for Jackson Perry. He makes it into the ring. Danielson come out there. Final countdown. Everybody and their mama singing in the audience. And then I realized this is so cute because Danielson normally has on his gear the silver dragon scales, but this time it was gold because it's champion. Lord have mercy. That made me feel some type of way when I seen it because that's my boy. That's my boy. Now, I have to say, I wasn't really sure what was going to get out of Jackson Perry. And Jackson Perry is definitely very talented. One of the most talented young cats that they got over there. And I think he reminded people how talented he is. I know people have been hating him because of the CM Punk situation and all this foolishness, but he's really a great wrestler, and he's known as one of the pillars of AEW for a fucking reason, and I think he reminded people of that in this match. Did I ever think that he was going to win the title? Absolutely not. Not one bit that I ever thought about it, but I think he gave a really great performance here. However, Danielson ended up taking the win. Now, this goes to say that the Young Bucks got involved. The referee got pushed, okay? Barely a push, and he was knocked out. Young Bucks got in there trying to help out, but that obviously didn't end up helping because Claudio and Wheeler Yuta shut that shit down. Lord have mercy, Lord. And then, like I said, Danielson ended up retaining. When Danielson wins, just when he was celebrating, here comes Luchasaurus. Lord have mercy. I love those tattoos on him. I do. It's great. Luchasaurus come out there and he's having a little stare down with Jackson Perry. Now, Jackson Perry don't give a fuck. He already lost his chance to get the title, but I'm just like, what the hell are you doing here? But then our stepdaddy come out. And Mama Wayne, she was doing it with that outfit. Whatever she was wearing, she was looking great. Nick Wayne was there too. They're making their way out there. But then here is Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, what's his name? Pac, and even Jon Moxley came and said, y'all are not getting in here. Y'all not taking this title off of our boy Danielson. And I was just so emotional because I was like, oh, holy shit, all my boys are here. Obviously, our stepdaddy had to retreat, ended up going to the back. Nothing they can do at this point. The numbers game was just not adding up. So then, all the BCC boys are in there. Danielson was smiling because the whole band has got back together. Everybody's just together again. And I'm just like, oh my God. Y'all don't know how much I love BCC. I love BCC. Like, these are my guys. These are my fucking guys. I've loved them since even before they even got together. Like, even on my PC, it's like BCC wallpapers and all this stuff. Like, I love BCC. Moxley hugged Danielson. He hugged him. And then I was just like, oh, okay, well, he could have did something to him, but he didn't. And I'm just like, well, Moxley's not going to do anything, so then everything's okay. And I was so wrong. Claudio hits Danielson with a uppercut. And Wheeler Yuta had no clue. Wheeler Yuta did not even know. And I was like, what the fuck? And then Moxley takes a plastic bag and he puts it over Danielson's head and he's killing him, basically. And the crowd is just like, this is murder. This is murder. And I'm feeling like I'm getting murdered because these are my boys. I love my boys. And I could not believe what was happening, y'all. I couldn't even believe it. And Wheeler Yuta was going over to help Danielson. And Pac had the nerve to hold him back, y'all. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe it. He held him back so that he would not do anything about it. And Wheeler Yuta looked so heartbroken. He looked so sad. This is almost what happened that last time when Deacon Beretta had attacked Orange Cassidy. And remember, what's his name? Chuck Taylor was over there crying and everything. He was so shocked about the whole foolishness that was happening. And this was the same thing. Basically the same motherfucking thing. And Pac, Claudio, I can't believe you were in this. I cannot believe it. If it was just Mox, then I would have been heartbroken. But, but Claudio, Pac don't even know y'all like that. And he's in it. I couldn't even believe it. Now the doctors and them came out there, ripped out the plastic bag or whatever, to give him oxygen, checking his pulse and all this foolishness. And everybody on commentary is fucking, can you believe it, Nigel McGuinness? They made him get his ass up and for Taz to come do commentary. Can somebody tell, you know what? So then, they're talking about, AEW, we don't condone this. And even AEW have posted, we don't condone this foolishness or whatever. What happened to Bryan Danielson, we're not gonna post it or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Okay. I am heartbroken. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm heartbroken. This was an emotional roller coaster, and the main event didn't even start. And while I'm over here trying to get myself together about what I just saw, then here comes the main event. Swerve and Hangman was already killing each other before the cage can go down. They were literally at the very edge of the apron while the cage is going down, so that the cage could snap their necks. I couldn't even believe it. Prince Nana was the one to push these motherfuckers in the ring to make sure that they wouldn't die and get their necks decapitated by the cage. And in the meantime, I'm just wondering what is happening with BCC. Can't believe it. Now, they did it all. When I'm telling you, I still feel a little bit weak for everything that I've seen. These guys could have killed each other. One of my favorite spots was Hangman was leaning against the gate. He's between the gate, the cage and the in the ropes, and Swerve just gave him a house call where he just ends up like his face just get thrown onto the cage. That was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, AEW camera crew, they was giving you all angles tonight because they wanted you to know that there was not an empty seat in that house, okay? And it was just beautiful. Thank you, Chicago, for pulling up to the show. We appreciate it. So then we had cinder blocks in there too. Hangman back got scraped up on the cinder block, but that ain't shit. That ain't shit compared to when Hangman took Swerve and powerbombed him onto the cinder block. And then when Swerve, like a minute or so after, when you saw Swerve back was a black and blue and purple, okay? And Swerve is a dark-skinned man. If you can see that it's black and blue and purple, I'm telling you, the nearest hospital, they're booked. They're filled with AEW wrestlers right now, okay? I could not believe it. They did the staple thing. Swerve even stapled a picture of his family onto Hangman's face. It was absolutely insane. Even a Swerve stomp from the top rope onto a fucking table was insane. All the spots here will definitely, I mean, if you like gory shit or whatever, you might be okay with this. But a lot of this was just like, holy shit. I kept covering my eyes. And just like, holy shit, I just did not know how to process this. I knew that they was going to have to really bring it up a notch from Full Gear, which already was crazy. But this right here was too much. This was too much. And it got to too much when Hangman went and took a syringe out of his fucking jacket. I don't know what was in it. I'm not entirely sure. But then he pierced it into his mouth after he took out his grills. He took out Swerve grills and pierced his syringe inside of his fucking mouth. I couldn't believe it. Holy shit. Oh my God. And, it wasn't looking good for Swerve from there. Even Swerve went to do a buckshot lariat coming from the ref back onto Hangman. It did kind of get a little messed up, but it was still pretty cool. Oh my God, if you did not see this, I can't even tell you to see this, because this is definitely not everyone's cup of tea. People are even saying this is better than Taker and Mankind. And this is just, I'm so speechless. I really am. Yes, I'm doing a lot of talking, but like after watching that match, during the match, I couldn't even say anything because I'm like, well, what do you do? Hangman, as I said, needed this win, and he ends up taking the win. The company said before the match started, it said, hey, look, don't bother us. We're not responsible for what these two motherfuckers do in this ring. But even though that's the case, I felt like the referee was a little too involved with trying to get them to not do certain things. This is unsanctioned. Y'all already said y'all not responsible for it. So what the fuck? The ref, go sit your ass down. Just wait till it's time to count. That's all we need you there for. And for me, I felt like, this doesn't, although it was unsanctioned, it kind of felt like it was a little bit because of the referee participation. Whatever. Hangman took the win. And I'm just, I don't even know. How do you top this? Next week, SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Solo. Paul Levesque, cancel the match. What are y'all gonna do that people are just gonna be like, man, they're not even gonna be talking about this? Next week, we still gonna be talking about this match between Swerve and Hangman. What are they gonna do next week? And it's not just to say WWE, how can they top this? AEW, how could you top this? How can you? And you know what? And I have to say, as emotional as I have been about the whole BCC thing, the girls giving us that really amazing street fight, and Okada, Takeshita, all this is what pro wrestling is supposed to make you feel like. It's supposed to make you feel emotional. It's supposed to make you feel mad. It's supposed to make you feel happy. It's supposed to make you feel speechless. It's supposed to make you feel all those things. And that I can absolutely appreciate. So, while there was a lot of things in here that was just kind of hard to watch and just wild and crazy, this is a feeling I think you should be feeling after seeing a pay-per-view. Tony Khan, thank you for putting all this together. For all the guys and girls who came up and pulled up and put this show together. Their roster is amazing. They have amazing wrestlers doing amazing things. And for people who sit there and just, but I don't want to watch this company, I don't like this company because I only like WWE, you're missing out. You're missing out on fucking pro wrestling. This was a really, really great pay-per-view. If you missed it, go see it. I appreciate for everybody who came and watched during the watch along. It was great. Can't wait to do another one. But until then, guys, I'm going to go in bed, eat ice cream, and cry while I look at pictures and videos of BCC. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.